the continuing video. Today we're gonna take a look at a team that I mainly built because I was kinda not in the mood anymore for either this cup or the Ultra League. So I wanted to make a team that is very achievable, very simple and cheap to build, and that is pretty decent in the Little Cup, mainly also because just the other cup, the Ultra League, is just not really my thing, to be honest. So this team here looks kinda expensive in the first place, but you really need no secondary charge move on any of those Pokemon. Yes, I have it on 2 because I had them prior already, the Nosepass and the Budew, but you don't need it from any of those. The thing is as well, if you don't have a Budew, you can just use any other Razor Leafer that's out there. Like, I think there are like some other that have a similar typing that might be even better fitting for this. So there are like some alternatives to this. You can also use a different Charm than Spritzy, but I think Spritzy is the best one. For the moveset that you want to have here, or in the Pokemon in general, for Nosepass you just want to have a Rock Blast because you already do enough damage with your fast move anyway. For the Spritzy you only really want to have the Thunderbolt, as it has the same energy that you need for Draining Kiss as well, and you don't really need more charm damage anyway, so you just have coverage with the Thunderbolt. And for the last Pokemon you just want to have a Grass type coverage move anyway, because you do also just like the normal damage from the Razor Leaf. It's a fast move beatdown team and I am all for it, and it worked so well. Honestly, I went like so positive with this team, which is hilarious because it's like such a cheap team that is like so simple to play with as well. Like, just if you want to get your sets done, if you want to have like fast battles, if you just don't want to spend any Stardust really on those cups, play this team. You can also use different kind of Smackdown user in the lead. The main thinking behind this team, by the way, is you have like the lead here of the Smackdown, or like Smackdown level Rock Throw user, like the Rock type that can beat the, oh, that was actually kind of crazy, I didn't expect this from the Sandshrew, that can beat the potential flying types, like a Drifloon, for example. I actually played this match pretty horrible, I should have thrown the charge move already, but yeah, like it's basically only for those. And then you have like a Say Swap here with the Spritzy. Spritzy is your Say Swap in this kind of team. Main reason for this, you're gonna get out the Poison types, you're gonna get out most of the other types, and Charm just does damage against everything, to be honest. Like, it just does damage against everything. And then you have the Razor Lever in the back that should be able to easily live anything there other than the Brave Bird from the Ducklet, but you usually should be able to get out the flying types anyway with your Spritzy Say Swap. So, because they don't want to face the Nosepass, of course. The thing with this team is you don't really have a hard wall for the Why Not here, which is still okay because you have 2 Pokemon that resist counter damage, and this is all that you usually need. I had okay time against the Why Not. Why Not was sometimes a problem, but not always, like it was okay. That's why I also have like the Poison typing on Budew at the end. Like, you could also use, of course, normal Grass types in the back that have Razor Leaf, but I would suggest you to have at least the Poison typing because it helps you a lot of times with like fast move damage that does like not as much fast move damage. Then we see the Vullaby coming in here against us, we see the Why Not coming in here as well, as we can go for one Rock Slide trying to get this thing low, and we're gonna get the shield from my opponent already. They have to throw the charge move here someday, they're gonna do it now, and it's fine for me as I already put him very low and I still can get, nah, I cannot get to another move, but it's fine as we can farm this thing all the way down. You see the Budew can take those counter damage like pretty easily, we can shield up the last move, and now we have like one guess here. Does a 1 resisted energy ball KO a Vullaby from half health? It does, for whatever reason. Budew is just too strong here, I guess. I had like, I think I only went positive with this team. I think I went 3-2, 3-2, and 4-1 with this team so far, and I had a very good time with playing this. It's like so much fun to play, just to like, it's just so fast. Like before, when I played the teams that I showcased prior for this cup, my games took like 3.5 minutes or something on average, and with this team it took like 2 minutes on average, which was very nice, just because you can just fast move down everything, and you can even realign here, which is nice with my team as well. And they're gonna go ahead and go in there. Why not again? So we can use some Charm, we can go for some Thunderbolts, but they're gonna throw their charge move prior, which is gonna be a little bit tricky now to still win this game, but Badoo can still easily survive one Mirror Coat because Mirror Coat is a horrible move and they go into a Seal. We have to try to catch a move here onto our Nosepass, which didn't work out whatsoever, but we can still survive one move and we can still farm all the way down, which should be fine for this kind of game, as we're gonna try to get to another charge move here. We're gonna go ahead and go for a Rock Blast here, because maybe we can get to 2 Rock Blasts, maybe we can get a shield here. We're gonna get the shield from my opponent, maybe we can get to another one, we cannot. We are very low, but we can go to our Badoo. Can we still get to a charge move here against this? Why not? They go for the Mirror Coat and we are able to not get there. Just barely missing out on this. They would have also KO'd me with counter before, I think. Close game, good game. Next up, we're gonna have a Nosepass against Why Not again. Horrible lead again. We swap out into a Spritzy. Spritzy can do some nice damage here. And Spritzy at least resists the fast move of counter. The charge move doesn't do that much damage. Actually still did some more damage than I expected, and we can still get 2-1 Thunderbolt against my opponent's Spritzy here. And the cool thing about Badoo as well is you can resist those moves from Spritzy. The Charm is resisted, we are poison type, so it's pretty easy to deal with this thing here. And let's see what my opponent gonna try to do now. They go into that Ducklet. I should be able to swap out into my Nosepass in time here, yes. Of course we can let this go, but I'm gonna shield this up. It's gonna be a Bubble Beam. They still should be locked in for a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be able to farm all the way down, which allows us now to go for Rocks. I should go for Rock Slides here against this Why Not. Trying to get this thing into a range where I can just farm this thing down. And they have to shield something eventually, so I'm just gonna go ahead, go for another Rock Slide. And they are gonna they're actually gonna shield this one now. I should be able to get to another Grass Knot in time. Yes, we are, and we're gonna be able to win this game there. I don't know why they didn't throw there. Maybe they already knew it was over at this point of time, but here again, you can also deal with a Why Not if it's like a normal situation. Why Not lead is of course a little bit common, but if you don't face a Why Not lead and like the counters for Why Not, you're fine with the Nosepass. I didn't realize for a long time that this thing had the Water Gun in the quick move, so I'm now gonna swap out into Badoo. I could have went there way early and I would have had a way better time, but yeah, if I would have eyes, I would have been able to, I guess. We see a Spritzy coming in, which is an interesting play, because of course he has the Seal otherwise. And like this, we're gonna be able to go for one Grass Knot, but we sadly will not be able to farm down in time. They can farm me down in time, but we can go for one more Charm there, but he swapped out before, and they're gonna go to their Seal. I can let this move go through, and I should be in a pretty decent spot here, as we should swap out here already. I don't know why I didn't swap out. Because I have a Moose out on my Nosepass, that's why. So I can just go ahead, go for one Thunderbolt. I want to swap out and throw the move, but it didn't work out because I threw it at the same time. They're gonna go for one Aqua Tail. I should be able to just go for the Rock Blast. I have still one shield left, and I can just farm all the way down. So it's gonna be a good game as well. This team is just working really well. Yeah, go for your charge move. I don't really care too much, as we're gonna be able to go for the farm down here. It's just a fast move beat down team, but sometimes you just have to play a little bit like this, to be honest, especially right now where the leagues that are available are not really that interesting. I'm really curious how it's gonna be next week. I think we have like we have Master League we have Ultra League right now. We have Master League next week most likely, and the Hisuian Cup, I think. I'm gonna be interesting how this gonna turn out. While I'm recording this right now, we don't have the PV Poke ratings for this, so I'm not gonna know how thing is gonna be. I also don't know at the current time the moveset of the new Hisuian Pokemon. I already made a video though where I showcased the potential movesets, but I don't know the actual one at the point of time I'm recording here right now, as we have more phone overheating here, which is of course like it's summer here right now and it's very hot, so kinda not surprising, as we see a Nosepass coming in. This is kind of surprising, to be honest. As we're gonna go ahead, go for a charge move. Do they want to let this go? Do you want to shield this? We have to see. They're gonna let this move go through. We're gonna see the Why Not coming in. This is gonna look like a loss to me, as yeah, there's nothing that I can do here. We have to surrender there. They did too much damage with their fast move, but it's fine. We see a Lickitung lead. We're gonna swap out immediately. Again, what I said, if they have like a flying type in the back, they usually would go into that against my Spritzy, which is neutral against nearly everything in the meta other than like Scarupia, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead and farm this thing down, and we can realign our Pokemon. Realignment in this kind of case is always really nice, especially if they go into a Drifloon, and we can go ahead, go for one Thunderbolt, and get the shield back that we just used, and we can basically align now our Nosepass against anything else. We're gonna shield this up because it might be a Shadow Ball. It is a Shadow Ball, and we see my opponent has a Spritzy on their own in the back, and we can just go straight for the fast move beatdown with the Badoo and farm this thing down. I wanted to go for one quick move there, but I didn't trigger for whatever reason. And this actually hurts me a lot because now I cannot farm this thing down anymore and they can farm me down. Can we survive one Shadow Ball here is the question. We're the Shadow version of it and we are easily able to survive it still and we can farm this thing down. Good game to my opponent. I could have already finished this thing with my Bidoof though, so that was kind of misplayed on my part. We see a seal against us. We stay in for the most part here for a little bit at least. We try to get a shield back by throwing our move. They're gonna go ahead, go for the awkward tail, and they're gonna go into the only issue really for this team. It's Bulbasaur. And I also misplayed a little bit, to be honest. I should have went to my Spritzy because I expected, like, I thought it would do more damage, to be honest. I know it's double resisted, but it's a Shadow and Bulbasaur is really squishy. But like this game was over. Like, there's not a lot that I can do here anymore. I have to commit both of my shields now, and it just, yeah. This is basically the game as we see an Onix coming in. I just ran at this point of time. If we actually went into this Spritzy and we would have been able to realign, we would have most likely won the game because Onix doesn't really want to face my Bidoof in the back. So yeah, it's kind of awkward. As my opponent gonna go into like have their seal there again, they go for the awkward tail immediately. And they're gonna go to their Squavit. They get an extra free move in there. Bad timing on my part, as they're gonna shield up the Rock Blast, which is at least nice. And we can go ahead and go into our Spritzy. Spritzy gonna be able to survive at least 2 body stamps. Just barely, but it can survive it. And this is the beautiful part of this thing here. We have a Charm move against normal other 3-turn move, and we can always sneak this in. We can just farm everything down with a Spritzy here, as we cannot go for another move, I think. Nope. We're gonna see the Sandshrew coming in. I really don't want to face this with my other Pokemon in the back, so I have to go for one Rock Blast here. I hope that I get it low enough that Razor Leaf is enough to KO this thing, but they can go ahead, of course, for some Night Slashes. As we go for the Rock Blast, please land, and it does land, which means we can go into our Bidoof and we can just farm on this seal. Easy peasy. Icy Wind is still not enough to KO us here. It's not Stab. Unlike Dugong, this seal is only pure water typing. And we're gonna go ahead and farm everything down with a Razor Leaf. Pretty easy to play this team. Like, it's so easy to play. It's such a, of course, toxic team. But it's very nice that you have like a cheap option here, just not using secondary charge moves, just go for one charge move and it's fine here. We see a Scrolp coming in, I can go ahead, get my shield back, and I can go ahead and farm this thing down with my Bidoof. I still have to shield here once because they have access to Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb gonna be pretty okay for me, and yeah. We see the Why Not coming in, which is actually good for me, as I can go for Grass Knot, I can farm this thing down, I can go into my Charm user afterwards, and I should be fine here. But yeah, this team is really, really cool. Just like for you, if you need any team that is working well, this is a team that you can use, and it's cheap. You don't need any secondary charge move on any of those Pokemon. Just use a Charmer, just use like the Rock Throw user. You can even use Drabble if you want to have a Drabble. There you can also unlock the secondary charge move because it's 10k Stardust, I think. But this is just the cheapest version that you can really run, to be honest, for this kind of meta. We can farm down my opponent here as well with our Spritzy that only needs 3 charms for the seal. And we can go ahead and go for the Thunderbolt. Is this enough to KO the Why Not already? It's gonna come down to the wire. It is not. We can go one more charm, and that's enough though to KO it. So good game to my opponent again. We are on a run here right now, and we go into the final game. I think it's gonna be the Why Not against us in the lead, and we see a seal coming in, which is okay for us. We can go for some Thunderbolts. We can go for some charm damage here. If they don't go for Icy Wind, we can farm down. They go for Icy Wind, so we cannot farm down. And we have to go for one Thunderbolt, but we can realign easily in this kind of matchup, as they're gonna go ahead and shield this. I think I should shield this as well. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna let this move go through. We still farm him down though in time. Okay, that's really good, because now I can go into my Bidoof and I can survive those moves pretty easily here, and I can go for some Razor Leaf. I'm still gonna shield the super effective Mirror Coat, of course. What do they have in the back? They have the Vullaby in the back, and we can just farm all the way down with a Nose Pass. This should be a pretty easy game here at this point of time, as we're gonna go ahead, farm this thing all the way down, go ahead and go for one Rock Blast here, because we can go for 2 Rock Blasts in total, which is gonna give him more pressure than just one Rock Slide. And as you're gonna see here now, my opponent gonna go ahead and no shield everything, and we can just farm all the way down. We're still gonna survive one move here, and we should be fine winning this final game here. So thanks all for watching, see you in the next video, have a great rest of your day, and bye!